Tap handles for tap wrenches. They're not things that most people necessarily spend a lot of time thinking about, but they're very important when you're trying to tap holes. A lot of people in the machinist world have this stuff all figured out, but those of us who are just getting into the metal side of things, or just, use things on a rare basis, don't usually run into this very often. Most of the time, for example, at Home Depot, when you buy these smaller taps that I've done videos on before for making this block to stick them all in for my drawer, they sell these smaller things that come with the kits. And those can work fine even though they're still a pain in the butt to use. Those can work fine for the smaller taps. However, a better option is to get this style. This style clamps a little bit better, and it's much easier to clamp than this T style, at least for me. It very well may be that I just don't know how to use these. That's fine, I don't like them anyway, so I prefer this style after having used it. So I saw on a lot of the metalworking channels that I watched that they use this style. So when I needed to do the 1/2 inch 13, basically for the project where I made the machinist hammer, I bought this, and that worked so much better. But then I ran into the problem where I was trying to tap the 1 inch by 8 threads per inch for the recent lathe project for the spindle thread cover, and as you saw, I had to use 2 crescent wrenches because my tap that I had did not go up to this size. After some very helpful information off of people on one of the old machinist forums, I found this other one off of eBay. It is a number 7 Greenfield Little Giant, and that goes up to 1 1/8 inches. So that one works just fine for this size tap. It's also bigger. It turns out they make, these are the industrial heavy duty ones that you can get off eBay. They still sell new ones of this, but for all the more often I would do it, I could not see spending $200 for a tap wrench. So this was on eBay as a used. That will do just fine for what I need. It doesn't have to be new. And for me, a lot of times the older stuff, as long as it's in good condition, which this looks like it is, that'll work just fine for what I want. I don't necessarily have to have brand new, because ones like this with these little handles, if the handle starts slipping, this isn't good anyway. This is just all metal, so nothing's going to slip except your fingers. I would recommend for people who are doing tapping, even if it's somewhat infrequent, invest in getting this style of tap wrench, because as I saw, Keith Rucker uses this style, Vanover Machine sometimes uses this style, Steve Summers uses this style the rare times I've seen him do it. Even Diesel Creek, Matt from Diesel Creek uses this style. I don't remember if Dirt Perfect uses these, because I don't remember them doing a lot of tapping. They might do it and I just didn't notice. A lot of the different channels I watch, some of the ones when they do use it, specifically Keith Rucker and Vanover, they've used this style of tap wrench, and after having used them, I agree, this style is really awesome to use. If you're going to get a tap wrench, invest in this size, and just note that these are only good for so big depending on which set you get off Amazon. For example, like this one, I don't remember which one it was, you'd have to check the previous video where I covered that, but this only goes from 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch tap size. So if you go bigger than that, you have to go up in scale to a larger tap wrench, which you can see this is almost 20 inches long. That'll go up for, and you need that leverage when you're using the bigger taps, especially if it's at all tough to use. So quick video, hopefully that's useful for somebody.